what is up everyone? Pastor JAMZ here back with another review, and today we have the new album by Toliver, Life of a Don. I reviewed Toliver's first major mixtape, Donnie Womack, back in, I think it was 2 or 3 months ago. I thought it was a good start to his career back in 2018, gave it a 7, and just thought he could grow from there. Obviously, he's inspired by the sound of Travis Scott and so on and so forth. Whoever predecessors before Travis Scott, obviously that sound is still inspirational to new up and coming rappers and hip hop artists today. Um, so coming into Life of a Don, I didn't really know what to expect. All I know is that it was like this album that was just hyped up, and just gave it a shot, not knowing what to expect, honestly. So Don Toliver is 27-year-old rapper, singer-songwriter from Houston, Texas, and 16 tracks and 51 minutes. I thought it was a pretty solid size album. Like I said, didn't know what to expect going into here. Signed by Travis Scott on Cactus Jack Records. And yeah, I think it's a pretty another album for him to kind of venture forth and continue to grow, even though this is like his his third album. um I just think that, given his who he's essentially trying to be, I get it, he's trying to be his own thing, but at the same time, obviously he is inspired by Travis Scott and other sounds, that even other sounds like Kanye West, who inspired Travis Scott. um Even having like Baby Keem on here, and Travis Scott himself is on here twice. His current girlfriend Kelly Uchis, very talented singer as well, Colombian artist that also influences the sound in this album, Life of a Don, which I think is very interesting. Throughout the whole album, you kind of have, yeah, you have like trap drums and things of that nature, but you also have Latin inspired sound. I don't know if I'm just guessing here. It could be anybody's guess. But maybe because he's with Kali Uchis now, maybe she inspired him to put some Latin sound into here. I mean, it's not so hardcore that, oh my god, it's like Latin overwhelming or anything like that. I'm just saying that there's small things that he puts into these beats that kind of give off that really Latin vibe. Aside from this spacious outer space type sound that Travis Scott does, psychedelic, you have acoustic strings in one track. Then you have like a Spanish electric guitar in multiple songs, riffs. You have synthesizers that are not so much Latin, but still, he kind of goes above and beyond, trying to do little nuances here and there, because the whole album really is just like kind of mellow. Everything's really mellow. Not necessarily a bad thing, but if he's trying to do something a little, he tries to put something else in there in the tracks and the beats, just trying to make a little oomph, give it a little bit of that push to make it not boring. And he does, nothing in here is boring. Um, and like I said, like the Latin instruments that he'll probably incorporate in some of the tracks, mostly the electric Spanish guitar in multiple songs. He'll use droney synthesizers, which I thought it was really crazy, kind of like a Neo Night City type feeling. Like maybe like a techno astronomical type setting. That's just how it sounds, and it sounds amazing in the sense of like uh just how simple something you could put into something, and it goes a long way, because like I said, the core of the production is pretty, mellowed out, but like what he's trying to do is incorporate little tricks in there that really helps him out in the long run. Aside from that, I thought it was really crazy how this whole album is really just a R&B album, not so much of a hip hop or rapping type thing. Sure, he raps, but to me, this sounds like an R&B album, Life of a Don, and that's not a bad thing. I haven't heard a solid R&B album in a while, especially this year. Um, and considering the fact that Travis Scott is on here twice, and Kali Uchis, his girlfriend, like I said, on Hella Drugs and Melodies. Flocky Flocky featuring Travis Scott is amazing. Also, I believe it was Outer Space. That was also great as well. Um, Baby Keem is also on here. That one's Outer Space featuring Baby Keem. Um, I could understand why Baby Keem should be on this project, but if, in all honesty, that song, not really feeling the chemistry between them. Sounds like two completely different sides of the coin, and sometimes that works in tracks, but not here when you're trying to just be like a really chill, vibing out and like a intergalactic type setting or whatever. Yeah, not a bad track, but not really the best either. It's pretty decent. But there are two tracks on here that I just weren't working at all. Get Throwed, I thought Don Toliver's vocals throughout the whole album is pretty solid. He's like singing and stuff, and they sound really natural. He gives them like an original voice. Is very memorable. When it comes to the auto tune, sometimes it's not too extreme. It's just the right amount, especially when he's trying to go to more of high notes or trying to just do a little more like a little pacey chorus. Um, right here in Get Throwed, it's a pretty short track, but way too extreme on the auto tune. Wasn't really feeling it. Kind of wonky. And speaking of wonky, the other track I didn't like, I believe it was Company Part 2. I'm sorry, please forgive me, my notes are all out of whack. It was actually Smoke featuring HVN and SoFaygo. Yeah, smoke, 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 smoke. Yeah, not really feeling that beat. Really kind of annoying. The features are just dead, just like really boring track, annoying and bland. Yeah, those two tracks, not feeling them at all. But other than that, I like how this album wasn't so feature heavy, especially the first half. First half of this album is solid gold. Um, Honestly, after Drugs and Hella Melodies featuring Cali Cheese, which is the halfway point of this album, after that, yeah, you get a few bumps in the road here and there, but not really something that's like, oh my god, it's just terrible now. Um, but like I said, the first half of his album really solid. Like how he kind of doing his own thing. There was only two features in the first half of the album. The second half, you get more features, but it's not feature heavy. I really like that from him. And apart from that, I think that this was really a solid R&B album. He just got to keep doing his own thing, mastering his craft. Not really sure where he goes on from here. Maybe continue to collab with Kelly Cheese. I would like to see that a lot. So given that, I'm giving Life of a Don by Don Toliver a 7.5 out of 10. Yes, I know that's only a point 0.5 more than his original mixtape, but I just think that, at an 8 is a little too high for this, and it's not a 7. It's definitely not a 7, but I think right in the middle is where a good spot it should be. I just kind of feel like the whole thing was just a straight path with a few bumps in the road. Sure, there was instances where I what I'm trying to say here is I didn't really feel a peak in this album. Everything was just straightforward. It was good. It wasn't perfect. I mean, nothing's perfect, but it wasn't amazing. Like it blew me away. It was just pretty solid. It's good. Definitely give it a listen if you're trying to hear something more from Don Toliver, especially like a R&B sense or like I said, a more spacious intergalactic vibe with some Latin instruments. Definitely worth a listen. 7.5 out of 10. Life of a Don by Don Toliver, latest album. Let me know what you all think. Have you heard it? Do you like it? Make sure you all share and subscribe with a friend. Thank you guys for blowing up my subscriber counts, and we're just keeping the train going. Make sure y'all have a great weekend. Peace and stay safe.